Welcome to Calgary Talks, the social series. I have a chance to talk to great Calgarians on a regular basis, and this series is welcoming you into all of those conversations. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Calgary Talks, the social series. Today, very excited to have Sarah Hovind with us. She is known to you as Sarah Sociables. She's the creator and the curator behind Sarah Sociables, YYC Sociables, and YYC Venues. And her whole mission is to make sure that we understand that Calgary is a fun and connected city. She's really into supporting local and building community and prioritizing joy and well-being. So Sarah, tell us, what inspired you to start Sarah Sociables, and what was it like watching it grow into multiple platforms?
Yeah, well, I'll start from the beginning. So I started in 2019, and it was kind of something that I talked about with my friends and wanted to go larger with. So it was kind of just sharing things happening in the city. I'd be putting in like the group chat and stuff, and I think I got annoying with my friends doing that. So I was like, okay, I'll go to Instagram, and I started posting stuff there, whether it was like something that was happening at a local bar or like a fun event or maybe a festival. And I think my friends are like, what is Sarah doing at this point? Because Instagram wasn't even used for that. But it kind of grew from there. And I mostly got known for doing like an events of the week feature. So every Sunday I'd put out like the fun events of the week that were coming up. And that was kind of my main thing that people started following me for. And it started growing. 2019, 2020 and 2021 were rough due to the pandemic. But yeah, it just grew from there. And now I'm at about 80,000 followers on Instagram. Plus we're on all the other social platforms, sharing fun things to do in the city.
What's been the most rewarding part of this journey?
I think it's surprising how you can kind of like touch people's daily lives and like have an impact on them personally, because I'll get like DMs from people saying that they went to an event just because of me, or they brought their family or their kid or their grandma. And so there's like really cute stories like that where you get to hear about how you impacted people's lives. And I love that. And it keeps me going.
Well, it's pretty cool when you can share something with Calgarians that they've never experienced before, and especially when they get back to you and say how much they enjoyed it. So I can see how rewarding that would be. You were also recognized by the creative community in Calgary. What's that like to get that kind of recognition?
Yeah, well, we used to have some fun awards in the city that were the Best of Calgary Awards. And I think I was in the categories of Best Blogger and Best Instagram. This was back in the day because the awards don't exist anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, that was awesome because it was like a People's Choice Award where people had to vote and pick the things that were most helpful to them. And so that was great. It was wonderful. Unfortunately, the pandemic happened and then I didn't get an award ceremony or anything. So someone bring back those People's Choice Awards so I can redo that over again. That'd be great. And get some new, more modern awards for a recent date.
Okay, we'll put that out there. We got to do more awards.
Yeah, I'd like to win some awards, please.
So how do you use your platforms to support local businesses, local restaurants, other service providers? How do you do that?
So mostly it's a digital-based business where we're sharing fun things to do in the city. So it could be a really good restaurant, or it could be an event that's really fun, festivals. And yeah, it's just sharing the word and helping people find these things that they may not have known were going on. Because I think that's one of the things that I hear is people are like, oh, I would have went if I had only known, right? So I'm really trying to counteract that and get people going to that fun stuff. And yeah, it benefits both sides that way.
And what is it that drives you to have people support local and to get out into their community?
For one, I know it's like good for the local economy. I feel like we're helping our neighbors out when we're visiting local businesses. So I feel like that's kind of close to my heart. I like helping my own city that way. And I just think like if we weren't doing fun local stuff, we would be missing out on so much, right? Like I'm all for traveling and doing fun things. We should see the world, of course, but I don't think we should dismiss what's happening right here in our city. There's so much good stuff. And I think it would be a shame to miss out on that. So I'm all about promoting that.
You know what? I love that. There's a lot of people in this city who tend not to leave their neighborhood or their quadrant, or they consider it, oh, I have to go all the way downtown or whatever they might say. But I think when you give them the opportunity to engage in something and you show them what it is that they could be going to, I think it really makes a big difference. It's a good personal touch. And you talked a little bit about how COVID impacted you in your own personal way. What have you seen post-COVID when it comes to people engaging in community and really engaging with business? Have you noticed a change?
I think luckily we're basically back to normal, I'm going to say, because I think people are out and about and enjoying themselves and they're not as fearful of germs as they once were. So I think that's good. And we don't see all those virtual events anymore, which I think is actually good because I think they've moved to in-person events. So we're seeing more of those small workshops or bigger events and stuff that was held off back then. It's all back and thriving.
Awesome. And how do you leverage YYC Venues to make sure Calgarians get out and explore their city?
Yeah, well, it's a good question because it does seem like a weird kind of offshoot of what I do because we share like events and festivals and restaurants and stuff. So how does Venues fit into that? Well, I think because the larger mission is I just want people to get out of the house and have fun. And part of that is that when you want to book somewhere to go for a group that is slightly bigger than you'd be like a big table at a restaurant, but not like a full-on venue where you have to put down money, right? So like that's like the niche gap where like people really struggle to find somewhere to book an event. So it could be like a bigger birthday or a retirement party or baby shower. So I was kind of tackling this in terms of matching people with these venues that have these like private back rooms in a restaurant or a free space that people can use. And people just don't know about it because it's not advertised. It's not on their website. It's not on their Instagram. It's impossible to find. So I'm trying to be that matchmaker again, where the people can find it and it benefits the people and it benefits the restaurant because they get those dollars for the people that are visiting. So yeah, I'm kind of tackling that right now. It's been, this is the soft launch. So we're just getting started. We're adding venues now, but it's going well. And I'm excited to see where it's going to take us.
I love that idea of being a matchmaker because, there's times that I've gone somewhere and I've noticed that there's a private room or a separate space that I never knew about. I make sure I tell people about it, but you're able to broadcast this out to a very broad network. So it's good to see. Now, you said something a couple of times about how you want people to have fun and how you want people to prioritize fun. I don't think it's something we talk about enough. Why is it important to you?
Yeah, I think kind of without fun, what's the point, right? Like, I think we need to be prioritizing having something to look forward to. Like, because if you look at your calendar at the beginning of the week and you're like, oh, it's all work, like that doesn't give you anything to look forward to. So you want to have something, it doesn't have to be on the weekend, but usually it's the weekend. We're like, oh, at least I have tickets to that concert or that festival or like whatever it is that's coming up. Or I made that dinner reso that I'm really excited to go with friends. So to me, it's all about having something in your calendar you're excited for and having that calendar full of like fun local stuff because there's no reason that it shouldn't be.
Yeah. So how do you balance having fun with running your brand at the same time?
I really love my job. It doesn't feel too much like work because I'm kind of having fun all the time. I don't know. Think about this right now. Is this work or is this fun? Like, this doesn't feel like work to me. This feels more like fun. Yeah, I think the balance comes from just being excited about what you do and genuinely seeing the difference that I'm making in people's lives, even if it's just them making a restaurant reso or going to a festival or something like that. I think that's motivating and keeps me going.
That's awesome. What do you see as being next for YYC Sociables, for yourself? Do you have any big plans?
Yeah, we got big plans. So for one, I mentioned the venues. So that's in the soft launch right now. So I'm hoping to grow that so it can really be that matchmaker that I have planned for it. The other thing that we did was new in January of this year. We held a mac and cheese festival. And the reason we did that was because I felt like January was a little bit of, Calgary's in a bit of a slump in January because it's very cold, it's very dark, it's a little bit of a depressing month. So I wanted to kind of insert myself in Calgary and say, like, what can we do that make people actually kind of look forward to January, make it a little bit better, and also stimulate the economy a little bit in terms of the restaurant industry, because January is the worst month for restaurants, right? Because everyone's on their diets. It's after Christmas and they're saving money. So like restaurants really struggle in January. January. So I was like, hey, how can we bring people out to restaurants and get people excited about the month of January? Let's have this fun food festival with the coziest food we can imagine, which is mac and cheese, right? So we were encourage restaurants to do different spin on that, and they all had their different varieties, whether it was like a seafood one or vegetarian or like whatever they wanted to do. And it was really successful. So I think we're going to probably bring that back in 2026. It was a lot of work the first time around, but we learned a lot. So I'm thinking we'll probably do it again and do it bigger and better. And hopefully maybe make a giant macaroni statue or work towards that.
I love that. I love mac and cheese, so I'll be all in for the festival. What advice would you have for Calgarians who want to get out and explore their city a little bit more, but are a little bit hesitant? What would you say to them?
Well, first of all, I would tell them to follow me on all my socials so they know what's going on. So find me wherever they are. And then they can pick and choose what events that they feel like comfortable with, right? Whatever they're into, because we advertise the big events like festivals and stuff. There's also like small events, little crafting events, little 10 people, 6 people events. So whatever they're into. There's even an event in the fall, I think, where people, they go outside and they just read. So there's no socializing. You're just reading outdoors, which is really cute. So there's all types of events. There's something for everyone. So yeah, find my newsletter, find me on socials, and you'll find something that'll work for you.
Okay, so in all of the things that you do and in all of the things that you promote, what have been some of the standout moments, whether it was something weird or something interesting?
Yeah, well, I'm always caught off guard with like what could make a viral moment, right? And I think it was like a year ago, I went to like a little kind of hole in the wall Japanese, kind of like a convenience store. And they have this onigiri, which is like a Japanese rice ball with fish in it, right? And I made a little video about it because I'd recently been to Japan and learned how much I love them. And that video took off, and I did not expect to get nearly as many shares. And I'm sure that little tiny confectionery got so many visitors just because of my video. So that one was an unexpected hit.
That's amazing. And you know what? That's the thing. Sometimes you share a little experience that you have and other people get to engage with it. So you know what? You do really great stuff. Thank you so much for being such an ambassador for the city and what we have to offer. It is always great to see what you are telling us to get involved in. So thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This has been great.